During Rimuru's discussion about Hinata, Diablo offered to go take care of her for him, but Rimuru quickly declined, saying that you know how strong she is, right? Rimuru was definitely underestimating Diablo at this point, but he didn't know exactly how strong Diablo was at the time. If he did know, he wouldn't have sent him either way since he didn't want to kill her. Also, he would have known that Hinata wouldn't be much of a challenge for him. I'm not saying Hinata's weak, she's actually really strong. There are a couple of things that makes her as strong as she is to where she can run over people like pre-Demon Lord Rimuru and even challenge Demon Lord Rimuru even though neither of them had the intent to kill. In the first place, what made her rank so far above Rimuru in their first fight was the difference in their skill and knowledge. In that fight, she used things like Holy Field and other methods to make the fight much easier for her. But even without those things, she still would have won since she is a much better and more skilled swordsman than him. And with the ability to predict her opponent's movements puts her far above most opponents, ranking near the top as one of the strongest swordsmen. But she didn't just have knowledge in the sword, but she also had actual battle knowledge and skill, unlike Rimuru in both their fights. In the case of knowledge, it wouldn't have worked against Diablo since he has existed since the beginning of time, and being a demon he had to fight a lot, meaning that his battle knowledge is pretty much at its peak. Obviously, she can still win and has had to win throughout her life without this knowledge due to just how powerful she is, but one of the things that makes her really strong is her skills, with the first being Usurper. This skill allows her to copy and see skills of those she's fighting. She can also steal power from her opponents as well. Mathematician, which is a truly broken skill which allows her to calculate and predict outcomes. Being an analytical skill, it houses analytical appraisal, which is just to appraise stuff, and thought acceleration, which allows the user to speed up their thought process, but by how much depends on the user. She has disintegration, which is the strongest offensive magic among the holy system. This ability is a truly terrifying ability that you wouldn't want to be hit with, but its downfall is how long it takes to chant. So against faster and stronger opponents, you won't be able to use this spell. This attack is so lethal, it destroys not only the target's body, but not even the target's soul is safe from this attack. What's even more lethal than this is the Trinity version of it. Trinity Disintegration is 3 times stronger because it's casted by 3 people instead of 1, making it so that most people wouldn't be able to survive it, even if they were a Demon Lord or not. Out of all her skills, I would say her most dangerous one is Melt Slash, which she forced Rimuru to sacrifice an ultimate skill to defend against it. That's because the attack has spirit particles that are composed of random elements of nature that makes defending against it impossible because they go straight through any barrier. This attack is very lethal and would catch an opponent that thinks they can block it off guard. Raphael made Rimuru get hit so he could predict the random elements and analyze them so they won't pierce through any future barriers. She has some other strong abilities and things such as Holy Ornaments, which lets an incomplete saint elevate to the status of a complete saint, which is a huge bonus in power, and she also has an anti-magical physique which makes her resistant to most magics, and just straight on purified magic kills by touching her. So with all of this, Hinata isn't weak, but against someone like Diablo who's lived longer and a primordial as strong as he is, Hinata simply doesn't stand a chance. You could say her treatment would be similar to how he did Ryzen. I can say this because Diablo is superior in general, but what makes him really strong aside from his battle knowledge and strengths are his skills. His first skill is Seeker, which is a skill like Great Sage, which holds the sub-skills Thought Acceleration, Chant Annulment, which eliminates the need for chanting when using magic, All of Creation, which allows the user to comprehend anything as long as they have a basic understanding, and Law Manipulation, which enables the manipulation of the laws of the world from either a magical or scientific perspective. His next ability is Temptar, which has multiple sub-skills, with the first being Temptation World. This allows the user to affect the target's conscience and spirit, but it was further developed by Diablo to materialize a virtual world which the user has total control over. The second is Reality Exchange, which allows the user to twist the truth and switch anything that happens in the virtual world with the real world. Other sub-skills Temptar has are Thought Domination, which allows the user to manipulate the thoughts of others and ensure they will follow orders. Charm, which allows the user to hypnotize and temporarily control the thoughts of their targets and even alter their memories with suggestions. Among his abilities, he has Despair Time, which drags the target's psyche into the temptation world, and any damage taken damages the target's spirit. If you have a strong spiritual body, you won't get affected as much. Severed Realm, which captures the target's body into the temptation world and interrupts the connection of their conscious with the outside world. He has the End of World, in which he collapses the temptation world on itself, destroying the world and crushing anything inside of it. He uses Reality Exchange to make the damage affect the target in the real world. Lastly, he has End of World Requiem, which recreates the collapse of the world, causing localized destruction. Aside from these things, he also has Disintegration, Demon Lord Haki, and Nuclear Magic, which are all strong. Also, gaining a name and evolving into a demon peer just raised the gap by quite a lot. While she does have strong abilities and is strong herself with great battle knowledge, he just wins in battle knowledge power, and if he's taking it serious, he won't let her cast anything. As you saw, both Melt Slash and Disintegration have decently long cast times. But I have a question for all of you. Who do you think would win? End of story, Hinata as a divine human or Diablo as a devil lord? If you enjoyed, consider watching another, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.